Good morning, friends. We are doing balancing chemical equation. Balancing chemical equation. We are taking the example 4. In this, ammonium chloride react with calcium hydroxide to produce calcium chloride NH3 and H2O. See, what is the procedure? To balance this, first see the element, reactant and product. The number of nitrogen here and here 1 and 1. Hydrogen is 4, 3 or 5. 4, here is 5. And chlorine here is 2. And calcium 1, 1. Oxygen is 1 and 1. 4 and 5, 6. The number of hydrogen atom in this reaction, in reactant there is a 6 and in product it is 5. So first we have to balance the number of chlorine. If we require one more chlorine atom in product to get this, multiply it by 2. If we multiply NH4Cl with 2, the nitrogen become 2 in reactant and here is 1. So again we multiply it by 2. Now it is 2 nitrogen here in reactant and 2 nitrogen in product. But there is a 4 multiplied 2, it is 8 or 9, 10. Number of hydrogen here is 10. And here is 5, 3 to just 6, 6 or 2, 8. We multiply it 2 to make it 10. Now the number of hydrogen is 10 and 10. Have a look at the chlorine. Chlorine is 2 here and here is 1. To make it, here is 2 and 2. Calcium is 1 and 1. All the components present in this are equal now. Nitrogen is 2, here is 2. Hydrogen is 4 to the 8 and 2, 10. 3 to the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The hydrogen is 10 and 10. Then chlorine is 2. Here is 2 and there is also 2. Calcium is 1. Now the atom of calcium in reactant and product are same. Oxygen is 2 and it is 2. The balance equation for this is this. This is twice NH4Cl, CaOH whole twice, and it is CaCl2 twice NH3 and twice H2O. The number of now equal in reactant and product, both the condition. This is the way. First we have to make the chlorine 2. To make it 2, we have to multiply NH4Cl by 2, and from this N become 2 and hydrogen become 8 here. To equalize this nitrogen, we have to multiply 2 2 NH3 ammonia. We multiply ammonia by 2. Then number of hydrogen here, 3 2 just 6, and here is 2. To make the number of hydrogen equal, we have to multiply water molecule by 2, and we have balanced the equation. The next, I can take one more example of this. It is example number 5. It is K2 Cr2 O7 plus HCl. Then it forms KCl plus CrCl3 plus H2O and chlorine. This is the reactant. These are the reactant and these are the product. Here, have a look. Number of potassium is 2 in reactant and in product is 1. Number of chromium here is 2 and here is 1 only. Oxygen is O7, but here is O, only 1. What we have to do, and hydrogen is 1 and here is 2. To make them equal, first we have to multiply calcium by 2 to make it equal with the reactant. Now the chromium is again 2, so multiply chromium chloride by 2. To multiply this, it becomes 2 and it becomes 2. But the number of chlorine here is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, 10. The number of chlorine 3 2 just 6, 7, 8. Here is number of hydrogen is 3 2 just 6, 7, 8. Number of chlorine is 8 and 9, 10. The number of chlorine is 10 here and here is 7 only. 3 2 just 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And number of hydrogen is 2. Oxygen is 7. Number of oxygen is 7 here and here is 1 only. To make it 7, we multiply this 7. 7 oxygen. To multiply it 7, here is the number of hydrogen is 14. Number of hydrogen is 14. To equalize number of hydrogen atom, we multiply HCl by 14. And due to this, the number of chlorine also become 14. And we are having here 10 atom of chlorine. 2 and 6, 8 and 9, 10. Remaining 4, 12, 13, 14. We multiply it by 3, 14. This is now equal or balanced chemical equation for the potassium chromate and hydrochloric acid to form calcium chloride, chromium chloride, water and chlorine. See, the number of potassium is 2 and 2 after balancing. Number of chromium is 2 and 2. Number of oxygen is 7. Here is 7. Then number of hydrogen 14. The number of hydrogen is 14. 7 to the 14. Now the number of chlorine is 14. See, 3 to the 6, 6 or 6, 12, 12 or 2, 14. The equation is balanced. All the atoms before the reaction and after the reaction are equal. This is the balanced equation for potassium chromate and hydrochloric acid to produce calcium chloride, chromium chloride, water and chlorine. See, one more thing is a balanced equation need not represent the real equation. Here is CuSO4, H2SO4 and it gives CuSO4 plus H2. In this reaction, there is copper is less active and do not react with dilute sulfuric acid. Copper is less reactive. Do not react with dilute acetic acid, dilute sulfuric acid, and it does not give hydrogen in this reaction, but it is not possible. So to write it, copper react with sulfuric acid, it gives CuSO4 plus SO2 plus H2O. With this dilute acetic acid, it gives this product too. It does not produce hydrogen, and this is the reaction with dilute acetic acid, and this is the reaction with concentrated acetic acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. Is the balance equation, but copper is less reactive than hydrogen, so cannot displace hydrogen of acid to produce hydrogen gas. Experiment also show that copper react with concentrated sulfuric acid to give SO2 and not hydrogen. Here it produce SO2 in place of hydrogen. This is all about the heat and trial method. It is very useful for balancing simple equation. It is used for the simple equation, but in case of complex reaction, in place of complex reaction, it has some problems, some limitations, which are it takes time to balance, complicated, it takes time, and the mechanism of the reaction is not clear, and the steps and mechanism is so difficult to explain and take steps. So we can use the balancing equation by partial equation method. Now the topic is balancing chemical equation by trial and by partial equation method. It can be done more easily by supposing the complex reaction to take place in steps. It is more easy than trial and error method. This method is known as balancing by partial equation method. Have a look at an example. Liberation of iodine from potassium iodide. Potassium iodide react with hydrogen peroxide to produce KOH plus iodine. For this, hydrogen peroxide decompose to give water and nuisance oxygen. H2O2, it this is it gives water and oxygen. This is number of hydrogen atom is 2 and 2, number of oxygen atom is 1 and 2 2. This oxygen react with this potassium iodide, react with this H2O and this oxygen to produce 2KOH plus oxygen. See what happened. Number of potassium is twice Ki. The reaction is twice potassium iodide, then one molecule of water H2O2 plus gives 2KOH and I2. This is the way of balancing by partial equation method. First, this is the reaction. Hydrogen peroxide react with potassium iodide and it gives potassium hydroxide and iodine. To explain this, first hydrogen peroxide is split into water and oxygen. Now this water and nuisance oxygen means तुरंत बनने वाली oxygen. This is the nuisance oxygen react with potassium iodide to give potassium hydroxide. Then it liberate iodine. It give iodine. The number of potassium atom before the reaction and after the reaction are same. Number of iodine atom before the reaction and after the reaction is same. Number of hydrogen is 2 and 2. Number of oxygen is 2 and 2. Now in this way we can balance the equation. Information conveyed by a balanced chemical equation. What information we can see with the help of chemical equation? It refers to the following equation. Twice NaOH plus H2SO4. It gives Na2SO4 plus twice H2O. This is the sodium hydroxide react with sulfuric acid to produce sodium sulfate and water. The above equation tells us about the actual result of the chemical change. What are the product being produced after the reaction? So it gives the information about the reactant and product, about the reactant involved and the product formed as a result of the reaction. These are the reactant, sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. From this reactant, it produces sodium sulfate and water. About the number of molecule of each substances taking part and formed in the reaction. How many molecules of sodium hydroxide react with this to produce sodium sulfate? It gives the information about the molecules take part, number of molecules take part in the reaction. Here 2 molecules of sodium hydroxide and 1 molecule of sulfuric acid react to give 1 molecule of sodium sulfate and 2 molecules of water. It gives the information about the number of molecules used in reaction and number of molecules produced after the reaction. About molecular mass, it gives the information about the molecular mass. How it is possible? Have a look. That 80 part of the weight of sodium hydroxide react with the 98 part of the 98 parts by weight of sulfuric acid to produce 142 parts of weight sodium sulfate and 36 part of the weight of, have a look, sodium. The atomic mass of sodium is 23 and oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1. This is NOH. Then H2SO4. H2. 2H 2 multiply 1 plus it is 32 plus 16 multiply 4. 16 multiply 4 because we are having 4 atoms of oxygen. To solve it, 2 multiply 4, 30 and 40. It means 80 part of sodium hydroxide react with 2 plus 32 plus this. See, this is the calculation of the reactant side. 178 molecules of reactant react each other and produce the sodium sulfate and water. Now take a look at the product side. Na2SO4 plus twice S2. 23 multiplied 2 because we are having 2 atoms. Then 32 plus 16 multiplied 4 plus 2 multiply 1 plus 16. It is 46, 32, 64 plus 18. Now 46 plus 32 plus 64 plus 32. And the result is 6, 7, 8. 46, 32, 64 and it is 8 and 178. 10 or 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 14, 15, 16, 17. The molecular mass before the reaction and after the reaction is equal, and it is proved that in a reaction matter neither be created nor be destroyed. It gives the information about that. It takes the part, this is the way. 142 part of sodium sulfate is produced in the reaction and 36 part of water is produced, and the total mass is equal to the mass of reactant. This is the information we can collect from the reaction from the equation. It also proves the law of conservation of mass. The total mass of the substances on either side of the equation is the same. Both the side, the number of mass of molecules are same. Here is a one another example of calcium carbonate react with hydrochloric acid to produce calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. To balance it, this balance equation convey the following information. One molecule of calcium carbonate react with one molecule of two molecule of hydrochloric acid react with one molecule of calcium carbonate react with two molecule of hydrochloric acid to produce one molecule of calcium chloride, one molecule of water and one molecule of carbon dioxide. 100 gram of calcium carbonate react with calcium carbonate. It is 40, 12 or 100. This is the 100 gram of calcium carbonate react with 73 plus HCl twice 2 1 plus it is 22.5 to produce calcium carbonate twice HCl. From this it produces CaCl2 40 plus 22.4. The calcium carbonate react with 73 gram of hydro 35.5 35, right. This the mass of chlorine is 35.5. 35 plus 1 equal to 36 multiply by 2 it is 73. 73 gram of hydrochloric acid to produce 1 gram of calcium chloride. 40 plus 2 atom of chlorine it gives 40 plus 1 gram of calcium chloride and twice HCl. It means 2 multiply 1 plus 35.5 plus 2 this is the mass of the mass of both the sides are equal to the mass of reactant. Hundred gram of calcium carbonate on treatment with 73 gram of HCl will produce 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide at STP. Limitations of a chemical equation. What are the limitations? Chemical equation does not tell us, they does not give information about the physical state of the reactant and the product. Either it is solid, liquid, or in the form of gas. They do not give information about the state, whether the substances are solid, liquid, or gas. The time taken for the completion of the reaction. It does not tell us about the how much time the reaction required to complete it. Whether heat is given out or absorbed during the reaction. We do not get information about the heat. Either it is produced or absorbed. The respective concentration of the reactant and the product. Concentration of reactant and product is not clear in this reaction because here is no information about that the concentrated hydrochloric acid is used or dilute hydrochloric acid is used. The rate at which the reaction proceed. The rate of reaction is not clear here. What is the rate of reaction? Whether the reaction is reversible or reversible. It does not give the information about the whether the reaction is reversible or irreversible. Whether the reaction is completed or it is not completed. The reaction is completed or not. This information we could not get from the chemical equation. A chemical equation can be made more informative by writing the following additional information to it. We can make the chemical equation more informative, in which we can get the more information about the chemical reaction by writing the following additional information, like information regarding temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. is provided above and below the arrow, separating reactant and product. See how we can make a equation more informative. Nitrogen react with hydrogen to produce ammonia. This is the way on which we can put the information. It means ferric and molybdenum. These are the catalyst. Catalyst is a substance which do not take part in the reaction, but it changes the rate of reaction. These are catalysts. These are the catalysts. And temperature. It means the reaction take place on 450 degree centigrade temperature. The pressure required for this equation is 2000 to 900 atmospheric pressure. It requires this much. The ferric and molybdenum are the catalyst for this reaction, and the temperature is 450 degrees centigrade and atmospheric pressure is 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure. Nitrogen react with hydrogen in the presence of catalyst Fe and promoter molybdenum. Molybdenum is a promoter. It means it starts the reaction at 450 degrees centigrade and 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure to produce ammonia. These are the conditions required to produce ammonia with the help of nitrogen and hydrogen. And it is reversible reaction because the arrow, we can put the arrow of this. It means product convert into reactant and reactant also convert into product. To make, for example, reaction of steam with red hot iron to produce triferric tetraoxide and nitrogen is a reversible reaction. Triferric react with water is a Fe2O4 plus 4H2. This is triferric tetraoxide. When a iron is red hot, these are the arrow for reversible reaction. We can put a arrow to show reversible reaction. It means in this product are also forming the reactant and reactant react each other to form product. It means we can get from this to this and from this we can get reactant also. This type of reaction is called reversible reaction. Heating during the reaction can be shown by a sign of delta over the arrow. We can put 2 KCl3 on heating KCl plus thrice O2. This delta sign is used for heating. This is used for heating. Then physical state of reactant and product can be provided by using the letter S for solid, L for liquid and gas for G for gas, or upward arrow for gas and aqueous for the solution in water. See, zinc is taken in solid form, twice HCl is a aqueous solution. React each other to produce ZnCl2 is also a aqueous solution. Then and produce hydrogen. Hydrogen we can put this or we may take an upward arrow to show that the air goes into the atmosphere. This information, from this we can make the reaction more informative by using this symbol, sign and letter. Chemical reaction proceeds with evolution or absorption of heat. This information is provided by adding the heat term or by subtracting the heat term. In this reaction, carbon react with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. It's a gas and it produces heat. It produces heat. It is in solid form, it is in